Hi everybody, I hope you are having a super fantastic day. It's snowing. That's unfair. Okay, so there's my little Canadian rant for the day, and every Canadian is of course posting on Facebook that it's snowing outside and we're all just very sad. Today I wanted to talk to you about reading, and I've always been a voracious reader, mostly because I grew up in my youth without a television and I was not allowed to go watch movies. So it was very rather dull, and so instead I read. But I avoided reading business books because I thought they would be boring. Now, as you can see, it's a bit of a meager background here of the books that I have so far. That's because I'm just building up my video studio here in another room in my house, and I'm in the process of bringing up all my books from downstairs. I'm going to show you that library in a second. But the minute I started to read books about things that would help me grow, right? I'll show you the first book. This is the first book that encouraged me to start my own business. So apologize for the gigantically bright lights. The 4-Hour Workweek by Timothy Ferriss. Hey Matthew, good to see you again. Let me know, put in the comments below, have you read this book? Have you read the 4-Hour Workweek? And I absolutely loved it because it was something that helped me to have the courage to go from my 9-to-5 job and to start my own gig. Now, I'm not selling vitamins like this guy did in his book, obviously, but I have a very automated business and I have styled it after the philosophy of this particular book. And so when I started reading that book, I'm like, hey, maybe there's a few things in here. So I wanted to showcase some of my favorite books with you guys today to give you some ideas, but I also want you to post your favorite books below. And I'm going to go buy them, and then I'm going to read them, and then maybe you and I can get on a call and we can talk about it. So the 4-Hour Workweek was absolutely amazing. Another one that I love, and I've talked about this recently, is The Ultimate Selling Machine. If you're in sales and you want to know how to grow your business, this is what you need to do. I am in the process right now of hiring a sales team. And I'm doing that because I know I can make gigantic leaps in my business by having the right people selling my programs. So, so this one, again, if you're really into sales, I really love it. There's also another one, and I don't think, nope, here it is. Exactly what to say. So the combination of having the right process, which is in this book, and then knowing what to say in your sales conversations, which is in this book, together give me the courage to actually make cold calls, which I hate doing. Okay, I don't know anyone that really likes it, but Chet in his book, he didn't like it either, but he was in sales and he put a sign above his desk that said, I love cold calling, and he had it there for 2 years, and you know what? He kicked ass. And so I'm doing the same thing. And this is why books are so great. You get ideas to get beyond yourself. If you don't read, you don't have the ability to think in a bigger way, to think in a way that is beyond your little sphere. And for the longest time, I'm like, I know what I'm doing and I'm really good at it and blah, blah, blah. So I don't need to read because I have a pretty good idea of what I'm doing. And then I read a couple of business books and realized just how little I actually knew. So a bit of a humbling experience, but it was a good one. And Matthew, you know what? You said you did a video on cold calling. I would love for you. Wow, this light's getting crazy. I'd love for you to post that, actually, if you wouldn't mind. Post your video in the comments below so you can share it with the people on this call. And I'm sure everyone needs to know how to do really good cold calling. Okay, so those are some of the books on sales. Apologize for the lighting disaster in here. I do have lights on, but they're kind of crazy, going nuts. Another really good one. This is really good for anyone in marketing, and this is Marketing by Seth Godin. I really love it. He's got 2 stumbles, and this is just 2 things that I've got in here that it's about goal setting. And one stumble that people come up against is they make their goals too grandiose. They make them too big, and like, I'm going to bring world peace. And yet it's going to be impossible for that to happen, certainly on their own. And so they get very discouraged. And in the end, they don't do things. And the other one is to shrink them and make them too small. To set your goal to like exactly where you are right now, which is super cheating. Because if your goal is, I want to be right where I am, that's called a status quo, not a goal. And absolutely, I totally agree, Matthew, that Seth Godin is absolutely amazing. All right. Also, anyone in business needs to read this book. It's called Influence, the Psychology of Persuasion by Robert Cialdini. In it are the 6 weapons of influence. 6 ways people say yes. If you don't know how people are going to say yes to you, then how are you going to actually be able to close? If you want to close people in 2 calls instead of 10, then you need to understand the basic psychology of what makes people say yes in the first place. So I found this one, so one of the earlier books that I'd read, I found it extremely powerful and helpful in terms of understanding how not only to get my clients to say yes, but I have a team of people and I need them to not agree with me just because they should all be a bunch of yes people, because that's horrible, but they need to come along with me, and I need to understand this basic psychology of what's going to make them do that. Other books I really love, if you want to create a coaching business, you have to read it's called The Millionaire Messenger by Brendon Burchard. It literally lays out exactly what you need to do. So I read this book early in 2019. And the good news was that all the things that are in this book, like I was already either doing or on the path of doing. So it was a wonderful, way for me to say, yep, okay, I can do this. The knowledge industry is massive. And coming out soon is a course from Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi. And it's a way for you to learn how to do your own masterminds. I do masterminds and they're fantastic. They're a wonderful way for you to convey the knowledge that you have in a very short period of time to a group of wonderful people. This is sort of part of the puzzle if you wanted to do masterminds or take the knowledge that you have and teach people. It's a great side business. You can set it up so it's mostly automated, doesn't take up a lot of your time, and it's how I've structured my business. I want to be able to teach people, but I also want a certain lifestyle that allows me some freedom. And this allows me to make the money I want to make with the life I want to have, and everyone wins, because what I'm doing is trying to help people to be their best selves. So that's another really good one. Of course, I've talked about this one. Start with your why. If you don't know why you're doing something, the rest of your processes ain't gonna work. And then this one was one. Here's two of my favorites. And then, yeah, these are the two, and then I'm gonna show you some other stuff as well. This one here, I'll show you the back. Millionaire Success Secrets, right, by Dean Graziosi. I read it this past summer, and it was really inspiring. And it was one of the first books that I read that inspired what it is that I'm doing today. So with my Life on Fire program, and then my mastermind, my Destination Masterminds, which I just launched earlier this week. We're going to Curacao in November. The structure and the content of those particular courses obviously was based on the past 10 years of my running my own business and how I can help other people do it better. But it also includes things about mindset, things about our attitudes, our beliefs, our behaviors, that no matter how hard you work, no matter how skilled you are or how talented you may be, if your mind is not in the right place, you will not achieve your goals. You won't even set the right goals, right? So, Seth talks to us about the two ways of really screwing it up, making your goals either too high or too narrow. But if you don't even have the mindset that you could achieve something, of course, you're never going to get there. And for anyone who's doing any online work, this, of course, is, I have like multiple stickies. It has been dog-eared to death because it's basically the blueprint for how you can use webinars and automated marketing with Facebook ads and such stuff like that to get new clients, but qualified people. So those are just some of the books that I have read and that I hope that you guys will either pick up and read as well. All of my courses come with book resources. So again, if you join Life on Fire, lifeonfireprogram.com, everybody gets a full resource list of all the books that will contribute or add to what the course is actually teaching, and I'm always adding to it, right? This little stack of books here, I'm going to take you on a journey. I'm going to walk you through my house. It's going to get very, very dark because it is bitterly cold outside, and I believe the sun has just escaped. It's just gone away. All right, so now we're going into the pitch dark, and I'm going to show you my library. So I have a goal. By the time, I don't have a set time, but I want to have a library of 4,000 books. Okay, so the lighting's about to get worse because I'm going to my basement, but I'm going to show you where I'm at. I think I'm at 1,000. I think, and maybe you guys can tell me. All right, so this is my library. This is, again, pardon the bad lighting, but these are all of my books. I love my books. Also, an air hockey table. My husband always beats me. It's so frustrating. I can never beat him at anything, right? And then that top, I have a special shelf. This here, I'm trying to angle at it. These books here, these are my favorite. And this book here, I don't know if you guys are Ayn Rand fans, but this book here, Ayn Rand, Atlas Shrugged, was the first book that inspired me to be a strong woman, to say, you know what, it's okay to be a producer and not a taker. And it's okay to work hard and demand things of my life because I want it. And you know what? I wouldn't have had that attitude. I wouldn't have felt that it's even possible for me if I hadn't read a book. So all of this to say, please do provide me with any suggestions you guys have. So again, there's my library. I think I'm at 1,000. As you can see, that top shelf really needs a few more books in it. So I'm taking suggestions. But you read to lead. And if you aren't reading, you're not working hard enough to lead. And whether that's leading just clients, whether it's leading a team, whatever it is, books, got to get myself in the middle of this thing here. Books are what's going to get there. Okay, so please do send me your recommendations. I would love to know what you guys are reading. I want to know what inspires you. I want to know what makes you tick. I want to know what makes you motivated. And of course, when you share it with people in this group, you're also sharing it not only with me, but with everyone else who sees this, and you're just spreading the love, right? And the more love we can spread in this world, the better. And the more motivated we can make all of our leaders, the better it's going to be as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Again, if you want to check out any of my programs, the one you can check out right now is lifeonfireprogram.com. It comes with a video that explains the 5 secrets to high performance and living an unlimited life. My whole bent in life right now is to help people live an unlimited life of happiness and riches, however you want to define that. And if you want to make $1 million, that's what the program is for. You know, people who've gone through the course have unlocked tens of thousands, if not millions of dollars in new revenues. And I want that to be for you guys too. Okay. I keep wandering off. I think this is like, it's opposite day for my phone. So have a wonderful day. I'm going to be back later on this afternoon with some other really good things to share with you that will hopefully spur your business into action, double your income, help you achieve your goals. Specifically, I'm going to talk about goal setting and why people get so screwed up in either not achieving them or they don't really know how to set them in the first place. So I'll see you guys later on today. Have a wonderful afternoon, and do post your books below. Post your books below because I want to get a bigger library. Remember, I'm only at 1,000 and I got to get to 4,000. Have a great day, guys. Peace out.